What is up, comic fam? Happy new DC Day. It is Tuesday. That means it's part one of the two-part event every week known as New Comic Book Day, depending on where you live. Lucky for me, I'm in an area that starts dropping DC books on Tuesdays. Big thank you to the Augusta Book Exchange for that. And before we dive into today's little hangout and look at what dropped today, be sure to check this out. I do want to go ahead and give a big shout out to the channel sponsors. We got Big Time Collectibles up in here. Check them out at their website or follow them on social media. If you need anything cleaner press, hit up Justin Comics. Use that promo code We Are Legion and take advantage of that buy or whatever special offer he has. I think he changed it up. It was a buy two get one free, but he keeps it switching, he keeps it moving. And if you're interested, the channel membership is definitely live. Be sure to check that out. See if it's something that might fit you. And we do have that Ultimate Fallout 4 giveaway running for just a couple more days. So if you want to get entered to win that, be sure to go back through the videos and look for this thumbnail right here and check out that video and see how you can be entered to win that exact copy of Ultimate Fallout 4, the first appearance of Miles Morales in the CGC 9.4 white pages. So that's definitely something that's super cool. Got that going. And so, yeah, that's I think there's like 3 days left to enter that. This month is it. Once this month is over with, no more entries can be made on it, and we'll be drawing for the winner that first week in August. So yeah, I'm excited about that. So just got back from Heroes Con. I'm still putting stuff away, still in the middle of moving, still trying to get stuff unpacked, but I did manage to make it by my LCS today and grab a small stack of new comic books. I'm definitely excited to get to read some of them. If I can find the time here today, that would be great. What is going on? Anachronic Comics is up in the building. How are you doing today? Awesome. And yeah, I'm really excited for people to see the Heroes Con video. I kind of woke up early this morning and worked on it for hours because editing and video clips and all that is something that I don't usually do unless the situation definitely calls for it. And it did in this case, which was definitely worth it. It was worth it. I've already got it released and it's available to channel members that have the early access to videos. But it'll be available to everybody else tomorrow. Wheelchair Superhero 87 is in the building. Happy DC Day to you too, Kyle, my good friend. Hope you're doing awesome today. All right, so let's start pulling some books and see what came out this week. Hit them in semi-alphabetical order here because we have Action Comics issue 1044 on the top, right on top of the stack here. Philip Kennedy Johnson is continuing his War World saga. And it has been phenomenal. Like I'm a big Superman fan, and I feel like Bendis's run wasn't terrible, but I don't think it was great. But I feel like this run is great. Philip Kennedy Johnson really understands the character and has really brought like the core elements of him back to the forefront. And I think getting him away from Earth for a while and just kind of putting him on his own in a situation where he has to really be him has really helped out a lot. You know, we do have all the Dark Crisis stuff going on, so I'm guessing this is like everything else that's not affected by it, just based not long before Dark Crisis. But in this issue, we're supposed to be seeing the uprising really happening. Superman's supposed to be trying to recruit some of the people that have been enslaved on War World for a while. At first, they didn't want no part of it, pretty much brainwashed into thinking that being a slave and gathering these chains and fighting for your life is the only way to live. So is it? So we're going to see if he can really inspire, motivate, and move this entire population to see a better way, because he cannot force them into doing it, which is classic Superman. He just really is on top of it. Anachronic says, I haven't gotten to the LCS. What DC Comics should I buy? I don't know if you're into Superman, but like I just said, Action Comics has been phenomenal. Let's see what else is in the stack here, and we'll go from there. What is going on? Ben Compton is up in the building. Pops is up in here. Let's go. Throwing those channel emojis. You also get access to those from joining the membership. Next up, Aquaman number 5. And Chuck Brown is writing this one. I don't know how long it's going to go. It was announced that it's getting cut short. And it's been decent. It's not been anything like groundbreaking, but it's been consistently fun. We have Aquaman along with Jackson, along with Black Manta, are working on building this big nullifying machine to try to shut down these sleeper agents, these ancient sleeper agents that are spread out all over the world, wreaking havoc so that they can get to the core of the issue behind them, which looks like it's Orm himself, the Ocean Master, But this has been fun. I enjoy my Aquaman stuff, so I'm excited not just to see how that wraps up, but to really see what they're going to do with it from there. Because, like I said, that one got cut short. So hopefully they got some big plans for him. It's definitely a character, with, especially with a movie coming, they've got to do something to keep him in the limelight, to really keep that attention going, kind of ride the coattails of the movie. That's what they always do. I'm thinking this Aquaman event might have been kind of planned out and scoped out to come out around the time of the original release date of the film, because I think that was originally supposed to come out like this year in November, but it's got pushed back to next year. So I can see where they might have had some projects up and running before they shifted the movie releases around. Let's see. You moved to the new, yeah, I'm in the new spot right now, still trying to unpack and get it set up. We still have 3 days of the old house still, and there's just the bare minimum of stuff left over there. Got to get it, move a car over here, and a little bit of knickknacks, and that's about it. From there, it's just unpacking and setting this house up. My shelves that I had in the old house got to come off the wall and move over here and hang them up. But yeah, it's pretty much done. I need a job where someone gives me a damn trident. Yeah, I feel the same way, man. If I'm not having to use a trident for work, I don't really feel like I'm working at all. But luckily, my job, I do have unique tools I use. Stopped reading Supes when Bendis took over. I lasted only 4 issues before I bailed, and then rightfully so, probably. Numerous people felt the same way. It was just such a strange era for Superman. It really was, and it's unfortunate because he was doing action as well, where JR was doing the cover or doing all the artwork for it. But since Philip Kennedy Johnson took over, it has been phenomenal, like absolutely phenomenal. It's been in my top 3 reads of the week every week that an issue has dropped. It's insane. And he started doing Superman and Action Comics, and then he split it when Jonathan Kent started the title Son of Kal-El and Tom Taylor took over. But man, I cannot recommend going back and picking up this World Saga stuff enough. Like, it is so good. And Riccardo Federici, who's known as like a major cover artist, has done tons of the interiors through these issues. He do like 3 issues and you have a fill-in, 3 issues fill-in. So it's gorgeous pencil work. It's epic in scale, like majorly epic in scale. Next up, we have a heavy Bat week. At least every week's a heavy Bat week, if we're going to be honest. But I've got 3 Bat titles. The first one up being Batman Beyond the White Knight. And this is Sean Gordon Murphy's universe here. This is technically the 4th volume that they've done from the White Knight universe. One of those volumes was a straight-up Harley Quinn miniseries that Katana Collins wrote. So this is the 3rd one that Sean Gordon Murphy himself has been 100% creative on, and he does write and illustrate them, and looks like Dave Stewart does the colors. But it's such a dope world, and we keep progressing through time through it. I can't see how that we can really go beyond this one. This, I feel like, could probably be the final one they do. But we have Terry McGinnis as Batman Beyond, obviously. Bruce Wayne has had to decide to leave jail because he just allowed himself to stay there since Volume 2. We have like some kind of implant in his head that allows Jack Napier's consciousness to be like an online sidekick in his brain at all times. And he's going out looking for Harley Quinn's oldest daughter, who seems to be following in the potential footsteps of her dad to become the Joker. All the while, this big corporate entity that's ran by Mr. Powers is kind of pulling all the strings in the city. It's just a crazy dictator-driven city. And all of those kind of pieces are starting to come toward each other. And we are 4 issues in. This, I have no clue how many issues this is going to be. I think the previous ones have been 10 or 12 issues, except the Harley Quinn one that was shorter. But it's been a great series. The artwork is fire. The writing is just tip-top. Can't recommend it enough. And next up for more Batman this week, we have Detective Comics. And this is going to be issue number 1061. Mariko Tamaki is still on this title as your primary writer. And we have Ivan Reis doing the main artwork in it, who I love. Ivan Reis's art is just classic, consistent, clean, crisp interiors. And the biggest news of this, I feel like we're probably just in some kind of filler story era, because we don't have any events going on. They did the whole Arkham Tower Rising 12-part event called Shadow of the Bat, which was pretty solid. But we also have the announcement that Rom V is going to be taking over Detective Comics, and he's going to be kicking it off with a pretty crazy upside-down Gotham-type story. So I feel like we're just trying to get there. There's not going to be any major changes or big events happening inside this book before Rom V gets here, being that it's so close to him getting here. But This is supposed to be the final issue with this little 3-issue Riddler arc. The whole premise behind it is the Riddler's terrorizing the city and the government officials, and keeps leaving the major question: when is a criminal not a criminal? So I keep saying it, but I don't think that this is the Riddler. I think this might be a copycat of some sort that was wrongfully accused of a crime, because that's when a criminal cannot be a criminal, is when they were wrongfully accused or they were framed or set up. But I don't know. It's not bad whatsoever. That first issue in the story arc had me very interested. That second issue just kind of seemed kind of stale. So we'll see where it goes with this. Talia's in town, so that's what's up with the hookup on the cover there. That is him and his baby mama, Talia al Ghul. I said it before, I say it again. DC rocks. LOL, 100%, Kyle. 100% agree with you, man. And next up, and this is an amazing cover, and this is really cool. We have Batman Catwoman issue 12 from Tom King and Clay Mann. So this is the final issue for this 12-issue maxi series that Tom King did. And it was kind of like revisiting his run on the main Batman run, because everyone knows that he had that run that it really did start strong. Everyone will agree with that. And it gets a little laggy and a little weird in this dream sequence thing that drags on. You have the death of Alfred in there, and then Batman and Catwoman, this whole build-up to them getting married that never came to be. So this is almost like him going back and revisiting that story and kind of playing the tape out. What would that look like? What could have beens and kind of things. But I haven't read this issue yet. I'm expecting that this wedding is not going to go through, because this entire series has really showed us why they shouldn't be married. Like, it shows Catwoman how much she strains and how much she attempts to change, and she starts to lose herself trying to be who she feels Bruce wants her to be. And we see how much Batman compromises to attempt to be a proper spouse for her. So neither one of them are obviously good for each other, but the story's been awesome. It's given us 3 different time eras of their relationship, from like them kind of early days to them trying to be more consistent, even to the point of having had a life together, had a kid together, and him even passing on. So it's definitely something that I'm interested to knock out and see how it really plays out. Being a Tom King book, I'm expecting some kind of twist in it, and the cover is phenomenal. We get all these different versions and iterations of the couple over the years, over the eras. Like, it's pretty wild. It even looks like we have like the 0 year stuff there, the OG stuff. The Tim Sale Catwoman is right here front and center. You got the 90s right there. It's just really cool. And Clay Mann's interiors are wicked good. And it was a pretty cool series, because they did have a fill-in artist for a few issues, and it was none other than Liam Sharp, which was just perfect, phenomenal. I really enjoy his artwork. It's out of this world. And then I have one more book on the pull for this week that I picked up. Let me see. Got one more bag and board here. Yeah, I do. So the last one I have on the pull for this week, also pumped about it, earned the thumbnail this week, and that's Swamp Thing issue number 14. And if you look close there on his chest, that light is coming out. You see the symbol, none other than the Green Lanterns. We saw Hal Jordan show up in the final panels of that last issue, looking for help from Levi, who is supposed to be the avatar of the Green. Levi had to inform him that he was stripped of his ability to tap into the Green, and due to the fact that the Parliament has not been happy with his performance in letting this new avatar surface, which is the avatar of industry in the ran down parts of Detroit, broke down factories, just heaps of metal. A new avatar has formed, which is pretty cool. And the way that Romney, again, has been crafting this is very reminiscent of Alan Moore. He really has a really cool understanding of all these concepts and everything. Let's see. I haven't read The Bat and the Cat. I assumed it was like one of those books that you'd buy at the airport with Fabio on the cover. Yeah, it's actually pretty violent, man. But I think if they had a variant with Fabio on the cover, it would probably add to it all the same. Definitely couldn't hurt. I don't think Fabio ever hurt anything. But this has been dope. This is the second, pretty much volume 2. It says season 2, so it was originally slated just to be 10-issue series, but due to the positive fan reaction and all the high praise that first series got, by the time we hit issue 8, they announced an extension to 16 issues. So I'm still hopeful and waiting to see if we hit another extension. I feel like it's only gotten better as it went. So definitely looking forward to to diving into that. Let's see, wheelchairs. I'm going live tonight. May I put my channel in the chat? I'm pushing to 100. Yeah, feel free. Go ahead, bud. No problem at all. And if you guys haven't already, be sure to check out Wheelchair Superhero 87 here on YouTube. Looks like he's going to be going live tonight. And that is pretty much it on my pool list. If y'all guys haven't already seen, I uploaded my George Perez CGC submission video that I just got those back in the mail. That uploaded yesterday. So be sure to check that out. Those were absolutely amazing. Those labels are even more impressive than they looked like in the mock images when I was submitting. And then tomorrow I'll have my full Heroes Con recap video coming out. That was an absolute blast. I was actually able to meet this guy right here in person, one of the highlights of the trip. So there's some fun stuff coming up on the channel. I'm trying my best to stay consistent through all this moving process and everything. Just having a hard time staying as active in the community while I do it. Obviously, time is scarce these days. But that's going to do it for today. I appreciate everybody popping in to hang out and watch. I'm going to try to keep it short to make it rewatchable for people who missed the live. So I'm going to dip out, but I appreciate everybody. And until next time, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.